Well, hey, that's Apparat. As some of you might know, I make music, coming from Berlin, today in Juarez.
La idea de volver a traer a Apparat de nuevo es porque realmente es un músico que nos sorprendió en su primera visita. Desafortunadamente en aquel entonces Juárez estaba igual que hoy y mucha gente no pudo asistir. Queríamos hacer la revancha y aquí estamos con él de nuevo y es un honor tenerlo porque sabemos de su gran calidad musical y queremos triunfar con él y vamos a lograrlo.
Well, yeah, I've been to Juarez last year, I think, and it was pretty cool. Pretty much of a crazy party before in Mexico City, and then it just went on here. And yeah, when I told my friends I'm gonna go to Juarez, everyone was like, "What the fuck? Are you crazy?" But dude, it's Mexico, and it has to be nice, you know, because I love Mexico.
Está muy difícil para toda Ciudad Juárez realizar cualquier tipo de evento porque la gente tiene miedo en salir y estamos viviendo una situación muy difícil que queremos cambiar y gracias a los artistas por aceptar venir a esta, la ciudad más peligrosa del mundo, pero con una vibra enorme.
Yeah, I grew up in a small town in East Germany, and after the wall came down, everything just came over to us, over the border, the ex-border, and yeah, for some reason techno was one of the first things coming over to us, and I got completely infected, and we started making parties in old like Russian bunkers and military spaces, whatever, like crazy underground shit. And yeah, I mean, I was DJing hard techno by that time, like 15 years ago. And at some point I moved to Berlin and I started making more quiet music, let's say. And yeah, I don't know, it's a long time ago. I've been doing this for quite a while. I moved to Berlin 11 years ago, I think, and it's still not boring. Well, yeah, I've been always into electronic music, and let's say at some point after 10 years it became a little bit, I wouldn't say boring, but I kind of like enjoyed to mix it with different kinds of stuff, like classical music and a little bit of rock and whatever, and that's what I'm trying these days, just like put all the influences into my music. And there are a lot of influences. Well, I do a lot of different things though. I do, you know, I have a band, and the band is more something like it sounds like my records. I started the band to bring a the music on stage I make for the records. And what I do today is my electronic live act, which is more some kind of a dance version of this. So basically it's the mellow music I make for my records, and I remixed most of the tracks, which means they are a little bit harder and a little bit more club compatible. And yeah, it's let's say it's the Apparat club set.
Pues queremos que la banda conozca más un poco de Clase 420, que se den cuenta que hacemos música muy buena, muy underground, y es lo que nos gusta. La verdad, somos como las... En los peores momentos luchamos ante cualquier adversidad y queremos seguir así.
Well, you know, I think what's going on here right now is basically the right thing to do. I talked to Ruben in the car about it before, and he said Juarez needs this kind of stuff. Just it needs shows, it needs parties, and it needs people who go out, because if everyone's scared and stays at home, it's going to be a completely dead city. And I think that's pretty cool that people are still willing to come out and see bands and enjoy music and party a little bit. I mean, it's hard to get people out there, I guess, but it still works, and that's pretty great. You know, it means there's something going on in the city still. Yeah, even though MySpace is kind of dead, you can definitely listen to my music on MySpace, which is MySpace/Apparat. And well, I have a webpage, apparat.net, which is not very updated, but I'm working on a new record, and once this is done, my webpage is going to be new and everyone can listen to the new music. Yeah, well, that's another important thing maybe, because I'm working on a record right now, and I work on a record in Mexico, because I spent the last 2 months here in my little house in Sayulita, and I was basically working on a lot of music, and I think it turns out pretty good, and it's almost done, so stay tuned, it's gonna happen pretty soon.